Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there was a king whose heart was filled with greed, always craving more gold and riches than he could ever spend. He rode through the village, looking down upon his subjects, planning to raise their taxes, believing that more wealth would bring him greater happiness. As the villagers suffered, the king delighted in banquets filled with countless dishes, paying no mind to the hunger that plagued those who served him. One day, a young girl approached the castle gates, her heart heavy with worry, hoping to plead for mercy from the king, who merely saw her as a means to further his riches. As she pleaded for help, the king's heart remained stone, dismissing her cries until one night a mysterious old man appeared, cautioning him about the downfall that awaited a greedy ruler. Though the king brushed off the warning, a dark storm began to gather over the kingdom, a chilling reminder of the consequences that awaited him for his unquenchable greed. As the storm unleashed its fury, fear gripped the king's heart, realizing that his greed had not only harmed his subjects, but might also bring destruction upon himself. In a moment of irony, the king slipped on the remnants of his own excess, tumbling into the very treasures he valued, illustrating how greed can lead to one's downfall. As he lay amidst his treasures, the king came to understand that true wealth was not in gold, but in the hearts and well-being of his people. A lesson learned far too late. Rising from his fall, the king resolved to change his ways, stepping out into the light of a new dawn, ready to bridge the gap between himself and his suffering subjects. With sincerity in his voice, the king pledged to ease their burdens, vowing to use his wealth to lift the spirits of his people rather than enrich himself. As time passed, the king and his people celebrated together, forging bonds of friendship that transformed the kingdom into a place of hope and harmony. Together, they cultivated not only gardens, but also a newfound sense of community, reaffirming that true greatness comes from generosity and caring for one another. The kingdom thrived as joy replaced despair, and the king learned that his greatest treasure was not gold, but the happiness found in the hearts of his people.